DreamKingz Films. We're here with Coach Geis of the Sandalwood Saints. Hey, Coach, you've been out here about 2-3 weeks now with your squad, man. Just real quick, talk to me and let me know what excites you about this bunch.
You know what? What excites me is that they don't have to be here, and they're all coming out every day and getting a lot of conditioning in. Like I told you earlier, I think, you know, in the state of Florida, 90% of it is in being in shape. So can't use balls, can't use equipment, but you can do a lot. Like I said, we're going to be in shape.
Yes, sir. Coach, talk about how hard you've been working, you guys, and also talk about how they responded to that workout.
You know what? We've been pushing them. You know what? We emphasize the fact that you do not have to be here. You know, we can't force you to be here. We're not going to hold it against you, but at the same time, you won't be in very good shape. You know, if the season starts in 2 weeks, which it could, yeah, you know, you got to be prepared. So there's a lot of things up in the air right now. Kind of get them to understand that, you know, the only thing they can control is themselves right now. And you saw it out there today. You got a lot of kids buying in and just trying to get better.
Yes, sir. Coach, let's back up for a minute. Spring football, we all missed that across the county. But real quick, can you talk about that? And also, how did you and your coaching staff adjust to that time period?
You know, everybody's in the same boat, so you can't exactly say anybody got a notch up on anybody. So, you know, it's difficult for our kids because most of our kids they need our facility to work out in. You know, they come every day. They're, you know, all summer long, all winter, you know, all spring. So, you know, we're not really in that situation where our kids can just go join gyms and all that. So we're a little bit behind, man. But like I said, we're going to make up for being in shape, as you saw out there today.
Yes, so recruiting-wise, how did you and your staff adjust and keep your players' name in the win?
I handle that, man. You know what? I'll always keep that thing fired up, man. You know, always getting good info out there. A lot of them have hired, you know, personal trainers and doing stuff. So I get my hands on that video and stuff and make sure it's in the right hands. And most of those kids, which is good, self-regulate. They know the challenge and they know what's out there in front of them. So a lot of that, you know, just kind of trickles down from year to year.
Yes, sir, Coach. Speaking of a challenge academically, just talk about how your kids responded to the academic challenge you set for them and knowing they could have fell off during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, there again, you hope that you instill in them the fact that it's got to come from within. I can't tell you got to do all your work. I can't even be on top of you because it was different. We didn't have access to everybody's grades, but those kids all have aspirations on going on to college. So when you have those aspirations, obviously you know what it takes. You're going to have the test score and you're going to have a good GPA. So the one thing that we keep, you know, hitting home on, sign up for the SAT, sign up for the ACT. I know they're in a freeze period, but you know as well as I do, they're going to come out of this thing, you know, and when they do, you got to be clicking on all 4 cylinders. You don't want to be that guy like, uh-oh. You want to be that guy like, I'm ready to go.
Yes, sir, Coach. We all know what's going on in the world socially. Have you got a chance to address your team about anything yet?
You know what? I tell those kids, man, you know what? Treat people like you want to be treated, man. We've always felt that way. You know, it's obviously you see we have a very diverse group out here. You know what I'm saying? So these kids play real well with each other. You know, Sandalwood in general is an extremely diverse school. So it's just like anything else, man. You got to get along with people, man. You got to get along with people that you necessarily may not like. And a lot of times when you sit down and you talk to them, you end up like they're awfully a lot like you in the end anyway. So it's just it's one of those things that you hopefully that people have kind of been instilling that for years, and it's not something that maybe we need to start doing it. You know, it's a lot better when it comes naturally, like it kind of does here.
Yes, sir, Coach. Let's talk about some of your talent real quick on that defense. Y'all got a bunch of it real quick. Can you just talk about that defense and what excites you about that group?
Like we said, man, a lot of guys back on that squad. You got to be good up the middle. Got the 2 big D tackles coming back. Got the best linebacker maybe in the universe in the middle. And what I said, you know, I told you earlier, it was my dark horse candidate for maybe one of the top players in the state of Florida, Christian Ellis, who will only be a junior. So it's we got strength up the middle, got the line back, got 2 good running backs, got 2 good quarterbacks. So it's now we got to get cleared up so we can play, right? But you know, we'll handle what we can handle, and hopefully this thing clears up soon.
Yes, sir. Jaquan Hicks, can you just talk about his skill set and what he brings to the table?
Love the kid, man. He's just a great human being. Jaquan's played for me for, this will be 4 straight years. Started out like you guys heard me talking to him today, man. So, but don't miss again, man. You know, I'm gonna put you on offensive line, but what a great kid, man. Just hard worker, and you know, he's a microcosm of what we were talking about earlier. 3.5 GPA, 20 ACT. Got all 3 academies have offered him now, Army, Navy, Air Force. So tells you what a good kid he is. Not, you know, good player on the field, obviously, but obviously a great kid. You know, personally, great student in the classroom. So very well rounded. Like kind of like I talked about. Kind of just don't when things happen, you don't want to, you know, implement things. You want to be implementing, you know, way ahead of time, man. Just trying to make better people. Yes,
sir, Coach. Kind of like the same question with Branden.
Branden is a different guy altogether. Like you know, like I tell his dad, that's Michael Myers, man. That's just that is just a mean football player, man. But I'll tell you, man, he's a classy kid, man. I've got to know the family since BJ, so what, 8-9 years, and nobody works harder than the kid, but he is probably one of the more well-liked kids in the hallway that has ever come through here. Teachers love him, classy, like I said, dresses nice every day, collared shirts on, pants, tight pants, shirt tucked in. He's just a good all-around kid, man. Kids are kids, man. It is what it is, but he's just a classy kid. Brad's done a great job raising him. So we all know Brad, so you don't not much leeway over there with Brad, man. But as good as he is on the field, and everybody talks about it, I think what gets left behind a lot with Brandon is what a good kid he is. He really is. He's a great kid, great person, and I enjoy being around him. You can't always say that, you know what I mean? Great player, but we don't get that a lot. We're going to make sure that we like the kids around us.
Yes, sir. Coach Jaden Canada, Lone Ranger cover corner that can run as well. Can you talk about him and what he brings to the table?
He can fly, man. Just you know what? He reminds me a lot of Jalen Embry last year. A little bit raw, but can move, man. Kids that can run, obviously there's always a place for them. And I think as the year goes on, and like I said, cross your fingers that this whole year does go on, you're going to see him playing a lot of man-to-man coverage and a lot of special things. I see him in the mold of the Chris Jones, of the Jalen Embrys, guys that have had great senior years that have moved on.
Yes, sir. Coach, you got some special things in store for Christian Ellis this year. Can you talk about him? And also, do you think Christian can rise to the occasion? Do you think Christian can rise up and accept that challenge, Coach? If
you ask Christian, absolutely. Not only that, he will be Mr. Olympia. He will be the best swimmer in the history of Duval County. Christian is very confident. So, we had that talk. I told him, I said, you're going to do a lot for us this year. You're going to run the ball. You're going to catch the ball. You're going to tackle. So Christian's going to have an opportunity to show up on film in a lot of different ways. So if I'm a kid and I know that I want to be a big-time Power 5 football player, I don't think you could be in a better situation. Like I said, he's going to be running down on kickoffs, returning kickoffs, safety, corner, tailback. The kid can do it all. But he there again comes from a great family. His dad's his dad, man. His dad's a great person, man. But he's held accountable all the time, man. The kid's here. He never misses. Excellent grades, test score. Just the kid's well-rounded. So it's just future's unbelievably bright for that guy.
Yes, sir, Coach. Real quick, let's talk about your offense. Jeremiah Huntley, Chris Calhoun, Winfred Anderson. You got a bunch of talent on that side as well, Coach. Talk to me about that unit.
Got them all back, man. Everybody was like, man, what happened last year? You got a lot of 10th graders out there playing. Everyone's like, man, you don't yell at them anymore. It's tough to yell at the young guys, man. One kid, I won't say, Coach, I didn't fumble on purpose. Well, I hope not, man. But they're young kids, man, and you know what? We got them all back. We had a couple injuries up front on the line last year, like we talked about earlier, and we just didn't have, nobody's got depth up front. So when you start losing those guys, it's you're in trouble. But we were able to play some young kids last year that probably wouldn't have got a lot of reps, and those young kids are now starters for us. So you saw those guys out there. They're working hard out there, man. And like I said, it's hot out here. There's no balls. There's no equipment. So you got to really want to put that time in, man. A lot of conditioning, a lot of running.
Yes, sir, Coach Jeremiah Huntley. Talk about your running back and what he brings to the table. Everybody know he's a top 5 running back here in the Jacksonville area.
He's a top 5 running back and an excellent student, man. Like I said, people don't know that about a lot of these kids. That's another 3.4 GPA kid, man. Only a 10th grader last year. I think he ran for 880, but he only played in 8 games last year. So it was, the kid averaged over 100 yards a game, got him for 2 more years. Just unbelievably bright future. He's right there with Christian, although I do believe Christian has the ability this year to really, really, really take off and really be one of those names that you read about on Rivals and 247 and DreamKingz films. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking. I tell everybody, man, follow DreamKingz, man. Forget about the 247.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, Coach. Couple more quick questions before we get out of here, Coach. Let's go out the field for a second. Did you find it hard to adjust to the rules that the county set for y'all with the different phases?
No, not at all. Our athletic director did a great job kind of keeping us informed of what we were allowed to do, and I'm just, I'm not one of those guys, man, that worries about what other people are doing. They tell us what we can do, and we're going to do it. Have we messed up once or twice? I don't know, but we were given guidelines, and we stuck to it. So it's just, there again, you want to yield on the side of caution. You don't want anybody to get sick, man. I don't want anybody to get sick. I don't want anybody to get hurt on my watch. This is too much fun. Football's got to be fun at the high school level. If it's not fun, you probably should be doing something else.
Yes, sir, Coach. And to the class of 2024, they're going to be real special athletically as well as academically. But to the kids that may be finding it hard to get acclimated to the new normal that may come into Sandalwood or any school across the district, do you got some words of encouragement or advice for them, Coach?
You know what? I think we'll be back to normal before you know it. I think there's always road bumps in life, no matter what. I think how you handle those kind of speak about your character. So it's just like anything else. We don't talk about the bad stuff and the virus that's going on out there, man. Let's come together, man. We do well when we're together, when we're all working together and we're out here playing and running. Like I said, you saw a bunch of kids out there having a good time today. It wasn't like it was forced upon them and they didn't want to be there. You know, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. It's optional. But at the same time, you want to be great, here we are. We're here for you.
Hey, Coach, thanks for talking with me. Good luck to you.
You guys do a great job, man. I'm telling you that. You really do put that time in, man.
Appreciate that, Coach.
All right, man.